There's just no queen like a vegan queen. Hiya, everybody. It's me, the lovely Gemini Andro from a distant galaxy what fell to Earth many, many moons ago. And me gorgeous, lovely daughter, Creeping Maya. Hey, Creeping.
Hey, what, love?
I've been coming up with some new names for you.
Have you? Are they all PC?
Yeah.
Are they all broadcastable?
Yeah. Creamy Plasma.
I like that, quite like that.
And Creaky Jasmine.
Creaky. That'll be me in 20 years. Oh, here she is, Creaky Jasmine again, doing a pop routine.
Oh, so anyway, it's lovely of you all to join us again on this, another episode of Ladies of Lockdown, for we are indeed ladies and we're still stuck in lockdown.
We're in lockdown, we don't know when the end's coming. Boris doesn't know, Gove doesn't know, Hancock's running around like some sort of nursery school dinner lady. What's going on?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And sorry to jump straight in, why do they keep announcing these things? Yeah, new innovations, whatever innovations. Why do they keep announcing these things in the middle of the evening? On Twitter and things like that. How are people supposed to know?
Look at Gemini smoking. Just don't
care.
It's
a filthy habit. It's a filthy world.
That's Creeping Miasma. What, rolls 56 a day with her toes?
Lies.
All right, your fingers.
49, get it right. Well,
so, what a ruddy fortnight it's been.
Do you know what I mean? Just when you think.
Do you know, though, first things first, because it's massively important, we need to talk about it. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day.
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed.
Now, Miasma, I've seen some very disgusting things online recently. Very disgusting. First and foremost, we need to talk about the TikTok suicide.
Oh, I don't know about this. Can you educate me? I don't know about this one.
So, some young guy, bespectacled and bearded, shot himself in the face live on TikTok.
My goodness.
And of course, it's been shared by many other TikTok users and, you know, Twitter and Instagram. So what I'm asking you all to do is to be very careful. And if you come across a short video that starts with a young man with glasses and a beard sat at a desk, turn it off. Turn it off. And watch your children on TikTok, because I know that the authorities are doing all that they can at the moment to get rid of this video, but the younger generation with technology in their hands, you know, I mean, what we really should be saying is, Lisa, don't give your 8-year-old a mobile phone. Not watch what your 8-year-old watches on mobile phones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But
because technology in the hands of children, Miasma, they don't know what to do with it, and everything's a game and everything's silly. But you know, you've got to think about where this poor young man was in his life to have done that.
No, absolutely.
Once you're gone, you're gone.
Yeah.
I think
it's probably increasingly more prevalent now as well, isn't it? Because I imagine a lot of youngsters as well will be using devices to access like online learning, you know, as they did previously, and it may come again.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of things being reported now. I live not too far from a motorway bridge.
Oh, yes.
And the amount of news reports recently of people being on the bridge and some of them jumping off the bridge. But some of the comments I've read, Miasma, on the articles, you know, like Donna from Didsbury, holding everyone up like this just to get some attention. Well, I'm glad you've never suffered with depression, Donna.
Yeah. Where's your basic compassion for people? What happened? Do you remember when Caroline Flack took her own life, and there was this whole thing for about a week? Be kind, be kind. Where's that gone? That's what I want to know.
People right now are tightly bound in their own feelings and perceptions like never before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of those feelings and perceptions are completely lack empathy.
Yeah.
Come from a very selfish place. And you're seeing that a lot with people saying, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not being controlled by the government. It's not about being controlled by the government, Linda. It's about keeping people safe in a global pandemic.
Good. You know, you're absolutely right. Can I ask a technical question, actually? Because I've just realised I'm not wearing my earpiece. Have you got yours in?
I have.
You have? I haven't. Right, so I'm going to get it now.
It doesn't matter, though.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, there'll be a little bit of feedback on your video because you'll hear my voice.
Okay.
But, you know.
Are you sure, love? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
It's all right. Do you like... I like how we've both gone for our old bridesmaid headbands today. And, of course, we are dressed in the lovely colours of autumn. Look. Oranges and browns. Oranges and brown. Oh, she's wearing black.
No, it's brown. It is brown. It's just a deep brown.
Oh, all right.
It's but do you know what I thought about just before we came on as well?
What?
Last week we had Pride season. Yeah, we were all dressed for Pride. This week we're in fall. Pride comes before a fall.
Oh my goodness, she's a clever one. It does though, but you know, I'm embracing the autumn now.
Yeah.
And of course, very eager for life to get back to normal. But we've all got to play the game, Miasma.
Play the game, yeah. As Queen said, yeah.
We have though, haven't we? We've all got to. We've all got to get on board with this and stop bloody. And I completely understand the frustration. We're sat here with no bloody money. We've done no work all year. All we've had is this. This is our access point to stay connected with, you know, people. But I'm not screaming and shouting on social media, frig all this, let's just get back to life, let's get back to normal, because I'm worried sick about the people that this could genuinely deeply affect and kill. You know, and it's like you can't teach empathy though, can you?
No. This is the thing, you know what I mean? I must say I had a struggle with empathy yesterday. And I'll be honest about that. I'll own it. I'll be honest, because I read that Lord Alan Sugar, apparently due to all the restrictions and so on in the city and his offices and stuff, is now suffering losses on the office properties that he owns, basically. And what I will say is it's difficult because it's very hard to feel empathy for someone like that who in the past has very willingly thrown people under the bus repeatedly. So on one hand, I'm like, okay, I am sorry that's happening to you, whatever. But on the other hand, I'm like, well, you know, you have kind of reaped this in some respects. Not that I think you should, but you know.
I mean, it's one of the things that stays prevalent for me is can you afford these losses? Then shh.
Yeah, and he absolutely can. So
because there are people out here that are really struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
What have we got to? Oh, I've something to tell you.
Oh,
I've got a bit of a crush.
Oh no, is it me? Because that's weird. What with us being blood relatives and all?
No, it's not you, my love.
All right.
There's a new guy in town. I've only seen one vlog so far, but oh, I'm enamoured. I'm enthralled.
Who is it? Pray tell.
It's called Vincent V. Egan. Now, I'm not sure what the V's for in the middle.
Vincent Fowler.
He's not said that yet, but he's done this like vegan news report on the Vegan Guys channel, and you know, I just thought, oh, handsome, intelligent, funny, witty. I'm gonna link his video up there.
Yeah. Why don't you come up and press some tofu for me sometime? Oh.
Hopefully, I'll get to meet him sometime. You know, or I might show a bit of shoulder.
He sends God. Oh, look at you, Coco, in fame.
Take your top off, Coco. Oh, we shouldn't laugh at that. We're awful.
No, I mean, it's not funny at all. It's horrible when it happens in the film, but it's an iconic moment, isn't it, in film?
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Now, that lovely friend of yours, Stuart's been doing loads.
Lots of content. Keep scuttling into the bathroom with a video camera. I've not asked questions, but I have subscribed. I will just say that.
Well, we'll link. The library is open up there. We won't link a particular vlog because just go and look at the uploads list of all the ones recently. So some about specific books, and then some that are like collections, and even sort outs.
So a bit of spring, bit of Marie Kondo. Other decluttery people are available, but you know, yeah, he's been having a sort of. Maybe that's quite a nice time to do that in autumn as well. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
Clear out, you know.
I don't know why spring cleaning became such a big thing, because it's like, you're right, we cozy down in our homes more over the winter, so getting them ready for that in the autumn would make complete sense.
Wouldn't it?
In the summer we spend a lot of time outdoors, so maybe it should be spring gardening, not spring cleaning.
Yes, spring gardening, autumn cleaning, fall if you're in America or Canada. My apologies for that. I mean, my apologies for the word, not that you live there, although right now, I suppose both. But
I know, right?
Not that we're any better. We know this. But,
at least we've only got a Poundland version of Trump. We have to paint the colours where they fit right. And here's the thing: America is one of the biggest nations in the world, and was a beacon for all of us for many decades. So, you know,
yeah,
it's right for us to call it out. But speaking of Johnson, what a fat little prick. I can't stand the man. I can't stand it. It's like, Boris, just be honest. You were there right at the start of this whole Brexit bullshit thing. You've lied, you've wormed your way into the biggest position of power in this country, and your intent now is to come crashing out with a no-deal Brexit and make us back into a tiny little island so you can line your pockets, all your Oxford brothers' pockets, and we'll suffer for it. Just own it. Oh, you're as transparent as cling film.
I don't. Do you know what? It's funny actually, because I was watching the news last night because Stuart, who I'm staying with again now, we've had a brief reconciliation. It's more necessity than design, but that's by the by. They had a power cut last night.
Oh no!
I know, it was awful. 7:30 till 3:30 in the morning. And I tell you what, it did make us both think. We were like, wow. You know, although intellectually, you know how much you rely on things like electricity, technology, and so on and so forth. When you plunge back into it, I felt like Jane Austen. I was lifting up with pyjamas like this with a candle and walking. It was awful. Well, it weren't. It was actually quite amazing in a way because I was feeling my fantasy. But at the same time, it was awful. Anyway, we've gone down the road to a lovely old woman, what is a blood relative, and it's in a bubble. For have a cup of tea. And the news were on. And she says, Boris comes on. So he does. And she said, I'd love to know what his baby looks like. And I said, you know what, love? So would he. Took us a long time to get there, but there were a brief punchline. Subtext, Boris is trash.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
But it brings up, I think, what you said about, sorry, love, if you don't mind, because you sparked something in me then, talking about Oxford cronies and stuff like that. How to pick up? Yeah, you mentioning Oxford just then sort of reminded me. Have you seen what's been going on with Durham University at the moment?
No, love.
So it's easy to stay. So very briefly, people abroad, we've got Oxford and Cambridge in this country, sort of elite universities. And then there's Durham, where it's given to understand that if you don't go to Oxford and Cambridge and that was your ambition, you go to Durham, basically. Not to do it down. But, you know, there is very much a similar culture there of balls and, you know, it's quite wealthy. The student population is, dare we say, a little bit entitled, some of them. And
Fast.
little bit, yeah, something like that. You know, the sort of place, no shade Dominic Cummings, not Dominic Cummings, sorry, Toby Young, but the sort of place where if you didn't get in, maybe your dad would make a phone call, you know. Toby Young's dad did do that. And they've had to release a statement because what's come to light is a WhatsApp group basically detailing plans to rape young women, date rape, drugs, competitions to sleep with the poorest girl on campus, classism, racism, homophobia, all come out in a big thing, and Durham have said they will investigate, I do just say that, to see if they've got any foundation. Well, they clearly have, because people have got screenshots as evidence, you know, but I'll be very interested to see if anything actually happens because of that. Because you and I know, love, that when you get to a certain level, you can pretty much get away with what you want. You know, money will find you a way out of this. And we see it there, and then you look at the cabinet.
And you see it, but you see it in America as well, that same thing. There was a guy not so long back, I don't know whether he was called Brock or Jock, and that could just be, yeah. But he raped a drunk girl behind a dumpster. And because he was he a swimmer? He was some kind of athlete.
Some kind of thing, yeah.
And basically the judge let him get away with it and said, like, we're not going to ruin your life because of this. And it's like, what about her?
What about her life that was ruined?
But you talk about misogyny, you talk about toxic masculinity, you talk about white, particularly male privilege, and fellas are kicking up the dust and spitting out the dummies and saying, this is not true, this doesn't exist. And it's until the men of the world acknowledge and own all of this, we will never get rid of misogyny or racism or privilege. Never.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I think, you know, as well, things we like when people say, oh, this is to do with patriarchy, and it is. People need to stop, men need to stop thinking that that's a direct attack on them, because it's a system that exists that, you know, is a system that is upheld. It's not saying you are these things.
You didn't create the system.
Yeah.
But you're helping to perpetuate it. It was handed to you. And that's the thing. It's like, it's because people don't want to admit that they've been handed something.
Yeah.
And that's the right to act a certain way and feel a certain way and say certain things. But that right is non-existent. It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And so you're calling people out for their perceived right to something that would otherwise be seen as abhorrent. Yeah. And will often be pointed out in others as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so, you know, it's like that meme says, isn't it? You know, we've all got to abide by it. You have a moral obligation to be more ethical than the society you were raised in.
Absolutely.
I love that. I think that's such a really great way of putting it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But no, you're right, love. On a slightly less serious topic, I have just realised that I realise who I look like now. You know, in Sound of Music, when she leaves the convent, I have confidence in son.
Oh, I love that song.
Me too.
I love that song. When I were a young lass and I used to do extra work on telly, I used to listen to that on my Walkman.
Yeah. This was when she was in Russia, so it was Korinsky Street. Eastinsky. Sorry, that's not very good of me, but I don't know any Russian words, so I apologise for that. But yeah.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah. It's funny. Folk, I'm sure folk don't mind.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, do you know what? At the moment, Russia, you got enough problems, so maybe deal with them.
Yeah.
Maybe deal with your appalling homophobia.
And there's an opposition leader being poisoned in Russia. There's an opposition leader in Belarus being I'm sure she's been kidnapped or something.
Right. Oh, really? I've not heard about that.
Yeah, she's been like accosted. Short, silver-haired lady.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous looking. Love the look of her. But apparently she was accosted off the street, or I got the impression she was kind of kidnapped.
Wow. I mean, Belarus is very thingy anyway, isn't it? Very...
You've got people marching in the streets in Israel trying to get rid of Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Who's another corrupt. And then...
See, she censored herself then, that was good.
And then, Miasma, you've got Donald Trump being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for making some kind of deal between Israel and, is it Saudi Arabia or UAE?
The Emirates, yeah. I think, yeah,
so
the Emirates.
They're all nice again now and in each other's pockets. So...
What is the world at?
A Nobel Peace Prize. Whoever's nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize should be slapped in the face really hard by a drag queen.
Yeah, you want your bumps feeling, lady or gentleman.
It's ridiculous. We're living in an utterly ridiculous world at the moment, and it's making less and less and less sense. We've got California wildfires still raging. Have you heard about this latest one? Have you heard why it started? Have you heard why it started?
Go on.
A gender reveal party with fireworks.
Yes, I have. While we're at it, stop doing gender reveal parties. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's like...
It's so weird, because I always get, and I feel like people hate me for this, and I don't mean it nasty, but when I see someone on Facebook and they're like, we're having a girl, I'm like, as far as you know. Why are you putting all that on them before they're even born?
I know.
Stop it. Stop it. It will not lead anywhere good.
It's just the same as, I tell you what I can't stand. I can't stand parents who have their little children wear the kits of the sports teams that they support.
Oh, right, yeah.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I just think it's so... It's manipulative.
It's a very early form of, and I don't want to sound like I'm going OTT, it's a very early form of indoctrination in some ways.
It absolutely
is. This is what you think. And then, but the same people who are then sort of going, not necessarily the same people I know, but, they'll point to like religious customs or where and go, it's not right that, they've not chose that. Do you know what I mean? Apply the logic. Read the room, as my mother says. Apply the logic across the board.
People, stupid fucking people. Sorry.
They're the crummiest people of all. Look, I've gone mad. Look at my hands, bunch of bananas.
There's too many, and some are called Benny, and others called Dave and Sue. They look and speak just like you, but their minds made of poo.
Anybody called Sue is giving this video a thumbs down now, aren't they? I see you, Sue. I see you.
They could have been called Gemini or Miasma. It just didn't rhyme.
Yeah, exactly. We see you, you silly trolls. Yes. Well, what else has gone on this week? Fortnite. See, I don't even know.
I know.
Sorry.
I was waiting to say. I was like, oh, she's going to say something right big now.
Oh no, not really. What was I reading the other day? And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Come back to me.
She's got no idea. She's no idea what's going on. Have you seen any good films lately?
I have. Thank you. I watched. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's on Netflix. It's called Room. And
I've heard about this.
Yeah.
This is based on. Well, it's not based on. It's the story has been inspired by that horrible man that kept his daughters in a basement room.
Itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, Stuart was interested, so we watched it together because it was based on a book, you see, by Emma Donoghue.
Good.
Oh, it was good. Performances are excellent. So good. Quick précis, because there could be a trigger warning here, so if you're not interested in this content, don't. It's about this girl who's kidnapped when she's 17, and she's then kept in this room by this guy who assaults her repeatedly. Anyway, she becomes pregnant, and she has to raise her son, and her son has never seen the outside of this room. So he thinks the entire world exists within the four walls. And then on his 5th birthday, she hatches a plan with her son to get him taken to hospital, pretending he's ill so she can escape. I won't tell you any more than that. That's what you need.
But it's worth watching.
Performance is stunning.
Oh, I might have a look at that then.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's not beautiful, it's brutal, but it's very good. Yeah. How about you? Have you had much on the telly?
Trying to think of anything we've seen recently. I mean, we've started watching the new series of The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Season 2, which is, I mean, it is very, very good. It really is very good. But it's a very dark superhero series.
Mm-hmm.
Very dark. It's, it has some very dark moments in it. And, of course, we smashed through the 2nd season of The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying you were going to watch that, yeah.
And that was marvellous. Do you know what I need to start doing? I need to start writing down when I watch stuff and it impacts me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because, funnily enough, what's happening to me now, Miasma, is exactly what I've actually complained about in other people so much.
What's that, look?
Well, I've always said people are always too eager to move on to the next thing.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like, that was a good film, what next?
Rather than sit with it and yeah.
And I've kind of been getting into that mindset a little bit myself because there's nothing to do, there's nowhere to go. So, a lot of what I'm doing at the moment is based on just watching stuff on the Amazon or the Netflix. And then, when I might be really impacted by something and then I'll forget about it, I'll move on and watch a couple of other films. And then only when I see it in my watch list will I be like, oh, it was really good, that. I remember how good that was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do know what you mean. It's about, marking that moment, isn't it? And, processing what it actually meant and what, so on and so forth. Sorry, I hit me phone with me foot then somehow, and it took me off, so there'll be a nice little bit of hairy leg in there, so I do apologize.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. I'm quite looking forward to Stuart did a vlog. Check this out on his channel. I've already linked it on what's it called? You've watched it and all.
Oh, I'm thinking of ending things.
Yes. And I saw the trailer on Netflix. It's coming. It's not a series. It's a film.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good.
Oh, well, she's great anyway. What's her face? Jessie Buckley, who viewers in the UK might remember from that Andrew Lloyd Webber talent show where they had to audition to be Nancy and Oliver.
Hey, I've got a link with this here film.
Have you?
Well, kind of. David Thewlis,
Yes.
who's one of the characters in there, I worked with him on Prime Suspect 3.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He was main baddie. Oh, he
There
was
you go.
horrible.
6
He was.
degrees separation.
He glared at me when I was miming that Sonia number. Why they wouldn't let me sing it, I don't know. You live and learn.
You live and learn, don't you? Were you glaring
Yeah,
at you in
don't
character or as David Thewlis?
He was glaring at me in character and as David Thewlis, but when he was glaring at me as David Thewlis, he was looking at my legs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When he was scowling at me, he was the murderer.
Ah, so you know it all adds up.
The murderer. But it's funny because I kind of like, I only mimed a number in Prime Suspect 3, but it was lovely. You know, I was on stage and I was miming a number. But I really got into character because what I thought was, I know.
Oh, you fleshed out your character. Like,
yeah, I was like,
the knowledge you've got.
I was like, I know that he's a bad egg and that he's doing something terrible and it's going to take a while for it to come out, but I know. So when he walked in the room whilst I was miming, you know, I got a bit of a kind of look of, oh dear, it's him. Yeah. On my face.
Yeah.
You've got to flesh out your character, haven't you?
You know, even if you just
if you're taking a tin off off a shelf in a supermarket, you should be thinking to yourself, oh, I'm going to make a right nice meal with this.
Exactly. Specificity in acting. There's a pro tip for those of you. To be specific.
Absolutely.
People are specific, they're not general. So there you go.
So have you got any plans, love, for the... You got any plans for the upcoming weekend?
Have
a bath, sit down,
stand up, read a book, walk up garden, scowl at people, come back. Pretty much my standard. Maybe go shop, buy some ciggies, glare at everyone not wearing a mask. I don't care, the gloves are off. I'm just like that. You know,
I'm just gonna watch Paul cooking. I think I know he's got a lot of plans to cook this weekend.
Oh yeah,
he's got loads of ingredients all over the place, and he said, you know, an air fryer, and now an instant pot.
Mm-hmm.
He's got loads of stuff he wants to cook, so you know, I'll be there to taste test.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Not on camera. I mean, I only get glammed up once a fortnight to chat to you, and because I know we're going to be televisual. Normally, I've got my hair in a bunch, my knickers around my knees, you know, no bra, my boobs are down by my knees, scratching ass like a builder, pointing at stuff, you know.
You got feral, don't you?
Well, you kind of have to do, don't you? Sometimes it's the only way to deal with all this.
Well, in this day and age, you know what I mean? What you're supposed to do other than crawl around on the floor in your own wee and hope for the best. That's what I'll be doing this weekend.
I've gone through 10 a lady me like they're going out of fashion.
Do you know what I mean?
Mind you, an old lady down the road said to me, don't be daft, buy them and cut me in half, they last longer.
What a pro tip.
I know.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Eventually you'll adapt. So it makes sense to me.
It still soaks it up. That's all that matters. You know what I mean?
This is it. You know what I mean? Tea towel or flannel, kitchen roll or bog roll. Whatever it takes to do the job. Don't know where I'm going with this. But in fact, you could even have one of these, couldn't you? You know, one of these little poofs.
Chuck it.
Yeah. Took me head off then. Did you see that?
You know what, my asthma?
What, love?
You know what I favour today, don't you?
70s chick.
And a bit like a farmhand as well.
Oh,
I'm talking an organic vegetable farm with an animal sanctuary attached to it.
Naturally.
So it's like, Mr. Dobson, Would you like me to go and tend to the pigs, sir? Or would you like me to go and pick some apples? All this time I've been spending in the sunshine, put these lovely sun streaks in my hair, look.
I'd be there at door. Cut to me, the farmer's wife / nun. Like looking round walls, like I see.
Oh, I don't know how I've got all these bits of straw in my hair, Mr. Dickle. I'm sorry about that.
She was making corn dolls and they went awry.
Oh, I like the idea of that, you know. Being a 70s lady living on a lovely organic vegetable farm, animal sanctuary next door.
That'd be nice.
Go and visit the pigs and the goats, watching them all jumping around, being daft.
Yeah.
Take a few deformed carrots that we can't sell in the market, you know, because they look a bit rough. Feed them to, you know, secret feeding. Daisy the pig. Come on over here, have this carrot, love. Oh, lovely that.
Wow.
Pick yourself an apple.
Yeah.
Polish it on my boob.
Never see it again. Yeah. Oh, no, that would be nice. Sometimes I think, you know, I might jack all this in and go and live in country, and then I remember I've got no money. So,
well, you know, I might actually use that little visualization. Paul said recently on a vlog, I've already linked the channel. Paul said recently on a vlog, he, for no other reason other than self-care, Paul never has a bath unless he's poorly. But he had one last week.
Oh, did he enjoy it?
All week before. Loved it. Just had a long soak in a hot tub. And then the very next day, whilst he was doing stuff on the computer, I hear this weird music. So I comes downstairs, says, Paul, what are you playing, love? He says, Luke, he says, normally I've got YouTube videos playing and distracting me while I'm trying to do stuff on the computer. So he put on this like inspirational meditation music.
Oh, yeah.
And had that as background instead. And it got me thinking, I thought, do I take, I mean, I've just told you, I don't take enough time for self-care. I look like a wreck most of the time. And then I feel really good when me and you have a chat because I've made the effort. And I think there's a lesson in there somewhere. Definitely. Make the effort, not because you're doing something, just for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you feel good about you.
Absolutely. You know, and apply that across the board. Do you know what I mean? Like in your daily life outside of a pandemic. Is that for you or is that for someone else? And if it's for someone else, why is it not for you?
Yeah.
Why aren't you just as important? You know, let's go back to that Caroline Flack. Be kind and start with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Don't become a selfish git, though, because there's a fine line. In the though, miasma, there's a fine line between that way of thinking where you always put yourself first, which you have to by default, and how much you're willing to give of yourself to other people, you know, because it's very easy to slip into the, no, everything I do should be for me.
Yeah. It's finding that balance, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know,
I do wish people would take a bit more self-care and not feel daft about it either, because if you can find some beautiful relaxing meditation music on here on YouTube. It's full of stuff, and just that 5 minutes, play something beautiful, sit down, empty your mind, imagine yourself running through a cornfield, imagine you're a 70s chick working on a farm. Do you know what I mean? Visualization. Give your mind some love. Yeah,
lovely put. And if you're a young un, watch a chill hop. They're all the rage.
A what?
A chill hop. Right, so I've been learning about this from young folk. What it is for like, you know, if they're studying, but it can also just be used as a relaxation, they'll have like a video and it's probably animated, but it's only got like very slight movements. Like, say there's a cat, you just see its tail go every now and then, and you get music in the background, and it helps put your mind in a place to either absorb information or to just relax. And they're called chill hops.
Oh,
Nice, that, isn't it?
it is nice. It's nice to know there's stuff out there that's positive, targeted at young people.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a little rebrand for the meditation, like when they changed opal fruits to Starburst.
Or marathon for Snickers.
Snickers, yeah.
I wish they'd bring out a vegan Snickers.
Oh, why has nobody got on this? This is what we need to know.
I think because were the sales of those confectionaries suffering through a rise in veganism, they would definitely.
That's true. Yeah, good point, love.
But they're not suffering.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
you know, the market isn't necessarily, you know, magnanimous, is it? It's for profit, so I get that.
Absolutely.
I don't approve, but I get it.
Yeah, but this is why we're seeing a lot of new vegan products in a lot of supermarkets, Miasma, because they are seeing a lot of a slump in dairy and meat and fish sales. Let's not forget, was it Tesco's that closed all its fresh fish and fresh meat counters?
It might be. I think it might have been Test Fresco. That's the fake one on Corrie. Tesco. Yes.
So yeah, it's money talks. Money talks, money talks, dirty cash, I want you, dirty cash, I need you, whoa.
Isn't that funny? You went to that, and my head went to, what's it, Forever in Blue Jeans, you know, money talks. What's it called? Is it not Neil Sedaka? Who is it?
Neil Diamond.
I knew it were a Neil. I knew there were kneeling involved.
Now, Miasma.
Yes, love.
We said we were going to try and keep these episodes reasonably short, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, everyone.
No, it's all right. I think we've talked about plenty, but I think we should bring it to a close now. Not because I want to, but because I've only got over a minute left on my camera.
Oh, better then, oh.